Hello again, my friends, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Before I take a week off to Vegas, I wanted to drop this little video. This is something important to cover, so we know part of what we're dealing with when we're talking about community managers and what they do and how they shape things and understanding in general what's going on so that we can act accordingly. Grums did put out this tweet. I will be adding some things from my own perspective. I know a few people who have been and are community managers, so that does give a slightly different perspective from what you might see in general. What a community manager does in general is help the community coalesce around what it is they're managing. If you are doing your community manager job well, then what you're doing is you're keeping people focused on the game. You're basically farming them for information about what they want to see in the game, problems that they're having, general communication, getting people excited for upcoming releases, and things like that. Now, Grums does break down the basic functions a community manager may actually provide. And there's a lot of reasons why people who are activists of various sorts, or honestly, just authoritarians, would be drawn to a community manager position. In Grums' words, a community manager sits at the boundary of the dev team and gamers, thus holds the most power in how a game's community is shaped and policed. DEI authoritarian activist streams. Not only do they shape how a community is shaped and policed, but they also get to decide how the information that is gathered from the community is presented to the development team. So yes, they have a lot of power on both ends. For one, they can actually skew things so that the dev team does more of what they want or what their close friends have decided the game needs versus what the actual game needs. It's part of the problem with going to Reddit, realistically. When it comes to actual roles and tasks, these will of course vary from business to business. Some of them are handled by teams, so you are not going to always be dealing with necessarily one person. I know, for example, Niche Gamer has a whole team that deals with their social media, but things you can expect them to do, which is directly manage and post to the companies and game social media accounts, so X, Facebook, Instagram, so on and so forth. That actually can include things like Reddit, Discord, Guilded. Lead or assist in the creation of user guidelines for community behavior and acceptable speech policies. So, basically what you're allowed to say within the community. It's why you hear so much about people getting kicked out for bad jokes or things that certain people qualify as phobic or ist or whatever. Then they take care of the actual policing arm of the community. They can enact bans, they can mute people, give them warnings, so on and so forth. They're the actual enforcement arm as well. Post to social media for promotion, monitor the community and gamer trends, noting important reactions to the game, including any design issues reported, and filter, summarize, and report these to the development itself. And that's where they can actually cause a lot of damage, especially if they are not necessarily working to the best interest of the game and gamers, but to the best interest of what they want to see. It's really important to give honest and unbiased information in these regards. If you take a look at a game like Marvel's Avengers and how it started so promisingly and then took that hard turn directly into issues, then you have the whole thing where it can depend. In older games I've played, Gemstone, for example, one class, let's say Sorcerer, can feel overpowered, and so a lot of times instead of bringing one class up, they'll nerf the other, then they'll nerf it too far, and then they'll nerf the other. But a lot of that depends on how the information is communicated from the community to the development team. The development team doesn't have the time to comb through everything. So you're talking to someone that goes between, it's like Office Space.
What you do in Initech is you take the specifications from the customers and you bring them down to the software engineers.
Yes, that's right.
Well, then I just have to ask, why couldn't the customers just take them directly to the software people, huh?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because engineers are not good at dealing with customers.
They go from the community to the development team and tell the development team what the community wants or what they understand the community wants or what they want the community want. It all depends. There are good CMs out there who will in fact give the honest and accurate information, but unfortunately humanity is far from perfect, and there are absolutely people out there who will give skewed information because, well, it's what they want, or it's what their friends want, or it's what they think is best and not actually what they should be getting. So Grums continues, the reason the role is so attractive the reason it's so important to get the right person for the role, and the reason that it's so attractive to the wrong people is the power that it gives you. It gives you the power to decide who talks and who doesn't. You get to police people and tell them that they've done wrong or lock them up or ban them. You get to control information both to the public and, more importantly, to the devs. And Grum's has an excellent example of if gamers are upset there's a political pandering or wokeness in the game, the activist community manager could leave this out of the report or just claim it's a handful of trolls and bigots. So that is why direct conversation is important. It's also why, as much as I know people like to, the idea of attacking these people with words, of trying to turn things on them the way they've turned them on us, isn't going to work. For one, they don't care. You can call these sorts of people all the names you want, every name in the book, and they don't care, because what they care about is the other people, the people on their side, see them as right, and you attacking them only reaffirms that they're right, no matter what words you use. Now, we don't want to turn around and do the same thing on our side, because that leads to other dangerous issues. But that's part of why social interaction is so much not fun. I am not a social person, and there are many, many reasons for that. But if we want to do this and we want to build the space we want to see, there's a lot of things we're all going to have to learn. Much of it's just called being an adult. Well, let's see if some of us can figure that out. All that said, let me sum this up in a quick little bow for y'all. Community managers. They talk to the community. They make the rules for the community. They set the tone for the community. They also report back to the developers about what the community is saying, what the community wants, and the general problems within the game from the view of the community. If you have the right person in the job, they can do amazing things. If you have the wrong person in the job, you're going to have issues. But let me know if you think I've missed anything. Let me know what you think. You know the things. Like, comment, subscribe. Please turn on the notifications. Enjoy your videos for the next week. I will be keeping an eye on your comments. I've got a few videos coming out regarding some games I saw that I might be interested in. Just small little games and a few other things. I'll catch you guys later.
What would you say you do here?